Oddio, è troppo buona.
Action!
Happy New Year everyone and welcome back to Berto's Kitchen. Today, as you can guess from the ingredients, we're gonna make eggplant parmesan, or better, Parmigiana di melanzane. An iconic dish from the Neapolitan traditional recipes that can't be missing on the table for the holidays. Let's talk about the ingredients. You will find the detailed list in the description down below. Traditionally, the eggplant used in this preparation is the thin and long one, but today we're gonna use the round one, which is bigger and purple in color. To fry, it's fundamental to use a flavorless oil, which has a higher smoke temperature that lets us cook our eggplants properly. Parmesan here will function as a sapidity enhancer, while mozzarella must be fior di latte, because buffalo mozzarella would give us a too liquidy Parmigiana. There are many versions of this recipe, some with boiled eggs in it, others with the eggplant fried with the butter. But we want a lighter version today, with only flour to help us cooking it. And now, let's go for the mise en place. Get your eggplants on the cutting board and start making slices 4 to 5 mm thick. If you feel lazy, you can help yourself with a mandolin, but make sure not to get hurt. Eggplants can taste bitter, and to avoid so, spread them with some coarse salt, one on top of the other. Cover with a weight on them and wait for 1 hour. Then make sure to rinse and dry properly all the slices. Then you can cut an onion into dices, just as I've shown you in the knife skills video. Cut it in half. Make then some vertical cuts, followed by horizontal ones. The result? Perfect dices that we're gonna use right after. Also cut some mozzarella cheese into dices. Make sure to drain the excess serum or our Parmigiana would be too liquid, and we don't want that. Crush 2 cloves of garlic. And we're finally done with the cutting board. Now, let's go on the stove. Take a pan and throw the onion and garlic in it. With a thread of oil, cook it with the burner on low heat for 8 to 10 minutes. When it's done, throw in the tomato puree with a little bit of water and cook it for at least 40 minutes. In the meantime, prepare the oil. Pour it in a pot wide enough for the slices we made. To achieve a perfectly fried eggplants, it's very important to reach a temperature of 170 degrees. Okay, time has passed and we have our tomato sauce nice and ready. Turn the burner off and complete it with salt, pepper and fresh basil. Tearing the leaves off by hand will preserve all its essential oils, with an explosion of flavor in our preparation. Now that the oil reached temperature, cover the eggplant slices with some flour and deep fry them. Look how perfect they are, golden and shiny. Why are you still buying jewelry when you can have this? Make sure to drain all the excess oil, and you're ready to build our Parmigiana. Start with a base of tomato sauce, so nothing would stick on the bottom. Spread the eggplants vertically, making sure to cover all the surface. Then spread more tomato sauce, followed by mozzarella dices. Be very generous with Parmesan cheese, and complete the first floor with a touch of extra virgin olive oil and some basil leaves. Repeat this step until you fill your baking pan. Make sure to avoid basil or it will burn off. And be very generous with mozzarella and parmesan on the top, as this is the secret behind a golden, sexy crust. Preheat the oven at 200 degrees and put your Parmigiana inside. Set your timer to 40 minutes and you're ready to go. You may be busy doing other things, but since I was a kid, I loved to stare at the mozzarella melting, tomato gently bubbling, and in the end, a golden crust, just like a desert. We've done everything we could. And now, it's time to have our eggplant parmesan introduce itself to you. This is heaven-made recipe. It's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. This eggplant parmesan is not a light recipe, but absolutely simple to do and super delicious. The consistency is absolutely silky and smooth. The eggplant is exploding in your mouth, and you know the parmesan exalts the sapidity, and the basil is concluding everything. It's perfect. What can I say? It's perfect. And that's how to make an eggplant parmesan Italian style. A secret behind this recipe is that it gives its best the day after. Remember that you will find the detailed recipe down in the description. If you like this recipe, make sure to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. See you next week.